Hi, it's Nikota, quantum energy, facilitator, therapist, whatever you want to call me. I just work with energy. I just work with our energy. That's it. Consciousness. Um, Bootstagram 107. Um, uh, oh, okay, I'm going to talk about distortions and what else am I going to? That's what I'm going to talk about. How it's so important to get to know thyself. At the present moment in time, okay, so much has been, I mean, a lot is coming out in the collective, which is absolutely amazing and marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Let me just bring it up. Okay, and how it's important to work with frequencies. I, for instance, like bells, Tibetan bowls, just like, yeah. Ex It's like I've got two. I'm looking at my face at the moment, and I'm seeing all like what's going on there. Mind you, though, I'm just coming out of what you call it, having a cold, seasonal cold. I am so yeah. So that sort of like makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know if it's what I'm using here, or the platform that I'm using, but something is off. I know it's not me that's off. It's like what I'm seeing. I'm thinking, oh, is there a bit of interference going on here? Okay, so let's just for the highest vibrations bring in. Well, for me personally, quantum healing team. Um, Definitely those that need to be working with what do you call it? Oh, the internet. Okay. Okay, let me come back to why I've come on today. Um, because there was a pulling. It was because of stuff that I've been sort of like witnessing on the outside. Um, and in all fairness, let me say my prayer, okay? I am presence. Oh, sorry, feet on the ground, I've got to do. I am my own presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity being invoked. On their behalf, I'm a peace commanding presence, and I ask Father, Mother, Creator, that I am presence, every person, the entire company of heaven to envelope every person affected by any events in this realm and creator's infinite light, hold each one in an invincible force field of creator's protection, divine comfort until every aspect of all the events have been transmuted back into light. So shall it be, so shall it be, so shall it be. Okay. For me personally, I've been a lot of codes have been coming in, knowing information confirmation, which is brilliant. It is very, very powerful. When I'm doing my meditations, my energy field is just like, wow, literally, I'm feeling it. And when you feel your energy field from within, okay, there is nothing like it, and that's the absolute truth of it. Um, we've all made a conscious, and I'm going to say conscious, decision to come to this realm to do whatever work we're here to do. It's a mission and a purpose, it is. And this is about sort of like the plasters being took off and the reveals coming out in the collective. This is about energy, knowing thyself, and it's about getting yourself back on into alignment. It is because we're all here for experiences. We are. At the same time, I also want to reiterate on my last recording, it was about the Akashic Records. Let me explain something to you when it comes to the Akashic Records. We are actually in the Akashic Records because every present moment, okay, we are actually experiencing having interactions. We are, and that is going into our Akashic record. It is. So the Akashic record is we're in it. We're in it. Um, in all fairness, I mean, this is about expansion. It's about knowing myself into the extent, bless me, um, to the extent of regaining and reclaiming all of our abilities, our gifts, and our tools. These are just words. It's the frequency that's most important to this, because when we're speaking, we're vibrating on a certain level, we're raising up, we are expanding out more. This is about knowing thyself, but most of all, loving thyself. It is about reconnecting back to your divinity, your pure source. It is, well, back to pure source, God's source, all of it. Now, what I'm going to say is, okay, we have to do, well, we do, and I'm going to say have to, there's no choice in it, really, in all fairness. As much as we have choices and free will to a certain extent, I'm going to say, we have consciously already made that decision to do our inner work, we have. But for unforeseen reasons, obstacles or challenges, and we're here to sort of like transmute all of that on our journey. But the fact is, because the moment we're created, we start experiencing different frequencies within our mom's tum-tum. We do. And that is in a sense, the beginning of the pattern of this incarnation, because it's already got in our DNA previous incarnations, ancestral stuff as well. We have. So we've been like the torchbearers, I want to say, that's like Superwoman, Superman suddenly arrived. We have full of enthusiasm, and then restricted our energy because it's so big. It's restricted in the physical vessel. And it's like, holy moly, that's the first shock. That's it. That's why babies cry. Apparently, when I was born, um, what was it? I cried so much. Now I understand it. I cried so much. Um, the nurse put me in an airing cupboard. We were all where all the towels were all warm and whatever, because I wouldn't stop crying. Yeah, I wouldn't stop crying. And apparently, when it came to sort of like visits, like what was it, when moms had their babies returned to them, because when I was born, the moms were in a ward. They were, and you had certain times before visiting from family members, whatever. There were homes, some sort of homes they called them. I don't know. Anyway, but what I do know is that when it came to me being with my mum, all the babies were tussled in or rolled in, they were, to their mums, and apparently my mum said, well, where's mine? So to me, it makes complete sense. Right, so anyway, coming back, this is so important because I'm going to be talking about the four fields in a sense. We've got the physical, that's our body, okay. We've also got a consciousness within, okay, that's our energy, okay. But we've also got an expansion like a tree in a sense, where we've got more than four, but I'm just talking about the basics. We've got the physical, we've got the etheric, we've got the emotional, we've got the mental. We have, and little what is made aware about that, not too much, okay, information they've really put out there, or shielded, whatever. But the fact is, we are here to actually clear and harmonize distortions. And distortions, okay, there's so many different types. Where it can be blocking you, where you're, for instance, example was you're doing all your inner work, you're doing what what was it, you're desiring to do, you are, but you're stuck and you can't get anywhere in life in a sense. Will you feel like that? It's a form of getting into an anxiety and a depression. Well, these are distortions, okay? And this is learning to master your energy, where, in a sense, hopefully you can transmute it. But if you can't, where it's going round in a loop and a loop and a loop, no matter what you're doing, okay, then to me, what that tells me is that you need to seriously go and seek, and I'm going to say seek an elder. You do, and I'm going to say elders, okay, because elders have already walked the path. Elders is here, okay, they've already gone through these experiences, so they've already gone through the initiations and the training, and I'm going to say training, Okay, because we are on a training, we're being initiated after initiation after initiation, we are, because the more and more that we're clearing, we're coming to I am in the middle pillar, okay, grounded in, okay, and it's like we're just um vibrating. Our frequency it is more sharper, more finely attuned it is, and I mean there's more to do because we're never ever in a sense on this realm, okay. We, we're here to remaster all of our divinity, all of our fragmentations, to bring it back into oneness, into this aspect, this realm, because we're multidimensional. That's another subject. So we've come up against, and I'm going to say against, okay, a system, okay, that's literally, yes, we when we came in, we had sort of like the belt of forgetfulness, I'm going to say, but we have come into a system that as literally, I wrote it down. What did I write down again? Yeah, we come into a system that's conditioning, that's it, conditioning, and like putting you into a little box it is, where our family have been conditioned and previous and whatever have been conditioned, okay, in other words it's like our inner power has diminished. It has, going back eons anyway, won't go too far down that one. Right, so we've um and what's actually unfolded from that is massive amounts of different fears, because there's all different types of fears, anxiety, depression, loneliness, and all that, okay? Which, if you think about it, you've actually experienced within the last 5 years in your face, in a sense, with the fear, okay? Because what's not being made aware of is how we're one little droplet, I want to say, in an ocean, but we're actually all connected. We are. And the more one being is doing their inner work, the more it's going to ripple out on the family, on the ancestral, the lineage. This is so big. And also on the collective, it is, which is brilliant. It is. But what you come up against, the challenges you come up against, is misinformation, misguidance, misinterpretation, um, misjudgment, I want to say. You come up against so much, it's laughable. It is. This has to be a cosmic joke. But this is about clearing out, and I really mean harmonizing, okay, so that you're on your highest vibrations, you're ever expanding, you are. There's so many possibilities that, it's not about the materialistic, okay, is where everybody, in a sense, has got trapped. It is. Because that is completely taking you away from you. It is. It's nice to have nice things. It's nice to have nice holidays. It's nice to, what was it, have your hobbies. It is. But this is also in one aspect where they zapped you in there. Okay. This is about you as a unique individual. And I'm going to say individual because you are in one aspect, but you're coming into unity. Okay. It's not, how can I say it? I divide, it's about unity. Unity within, it is. Unity, in a sense, is like where your whole wholeness is like you're learning about yourself, you're working with your energies, you're harmonizing, you're releasing and purging what needs to be released and purged, okay? But you're at one, you're at peace, you're love, you're actually your energy is vibrating on such a level that it's literally just outshining so much. It is. But as that person walks onto your path, you're resonating. There's a resonance there. There's a knowing there. Even ancient knowing there is. And this is about, okay, learning about your fields. It is about your emotional field, okay, how that works, okay, and how um, you need to keep in balance. You do. If something comes up, for instance, say for instance you lose your temper, which I've done many a time, okay, but it's learning how to bring yourself back to center. It is, okay, because we are at universal school, I want to say, in one aspect, but it's ancient knowledge that's coming back within. It is. At the same time, what we also have to be aware of, okay, with emotions, because we've been sort of like taught, I want to say, by parents, by school, you know, to not be emotional, to, or, you know, not speak your true feelings. It's like I think it used to be. Um, I'm going to go on the Victorian on this. Was it your child? You're not to speak, something like that. You're not to speak. Only grown-ups. It was that attitude. It is, which was installed in generations. If you think about it, from Victorian, because um, as a child, you're exploring. As a child, literally, you know, you're learning. You want to talk. Because your voice, in a sense, is your connected, definitely connected to your hands, your heart center, but your voice is your frequency. So if you think about it, if they were telling people what they do in schools, not to talk and stuff like that, they're stopping that individual, I'm going to say, that being, from expressing how they're feeling, expressing their opinion. They are. So, right. Now, what's playing out at the moment? Mind games out there. Okay, so that's mental. Okay, with mental. Okay, your mental was hijacked and has been hijacked, still is being hijacked for majority of people. Okay, um, because it's false narratives, it's false information. Everything that's well, not everything, but a majority of stuff that's going out there. Because do not get me wrong. Okay, there's many out there absolutely brilliant in their I am presence and voicing it, okay, and working with it and literally clearing as they're walking the talk, okay. But I'm only seeing a few I want to say. And there's many out there because there's many behind closed doors. I'm in, out. Okay. Right, so what I wanted to say about the false narratives, yes, is all that's been orchestrated out there. It is the conditioning and stuff. It is, um, and they're telling you, in a sense, they're patterning you and programming you, and this is what we're actually undoing, okay? Because it's actually collapsing. It is, the old narrative is collapsing. It is to give new opportunities because we are in a sense. I could say paving the way, clearing the way, I want to say. They're just showing me like a stream and it's literally clearing. It is, which is brilliant. Right. Um, so basically, okay, that the mental aspect, okay, is more about illnesses that they're trying to put out there. But if you think about it, okay, the last 5 years, when people suddenly you could go out, you could do what you wanted to, then suddenly you were restricted, and a lot of issues started to come up with people. What was it? Relationships started to it was bringing up a lot of stuff in relationships that people were not aware of because they're out working. It was also bringing up seclusion. It was. And it was like the mental chatter, the 100th monkey, I call it, was in full ream. It was. The only thing that you really sort of like heard was either the TV, the radio. It was, unless you had a garden, you couldn't really go out. You couldn't. So if you can imagine how many people that were confined to flats, thousands and thousands and thousands, so you can just know, okay, that there's a lot of their favorite word was it mental issues? Was it mental issues? Something like that. Mental issues it was. I can't remember the actual, not meant to obviously. And this is about undoing all that because that's distortions, okay? And distortions are where it's a repeat, 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 where it's bringing your energy low, 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 okay? And what we're here to do, okay, is to undo that, release it, clear it, I'm going to say, okay? Because there may be more going on there. And when I mean more going on there could be outside nonsense, I'm going to call it, interference energies, okay? That should not be there, and that's completely just cleared. This mantle cleared and sent to next evolution. Okay, where it's meant to be. And this is about you can witness what's going on in the external, but don't engage in it. And this is about learning how not to engage in it. Because the more inner work that you do, the more stronger and more powerful in the sense that you become, because the more knowing you recognize it straight away, you know exactly what to voice, you do, and you transmute it, you do. This is about where a lot of people seem to, what was it, hurting, I'm going to say, because I think that's a much more gentler word than other words, that are hurting through actions of outside bodies where their energy is going low, 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 low. Well, we're here to bring, to also shine the light in a sense, but also the healing aspect, because the healing aspect that is actually within each individual being, it is. And once that light comes on, okay, the more inner work that they do, okay, the more they're going to release and the more they're going to shift, okay, and the more their vibration frequency is going to raise up, it is, and the more the collective is going to raise up, it is. And this is about being aware where it's all coming to place, where the challenges that they brought into incarnations about undoing it all, it is. But frequency, okay, is literally us. When we talk, when we speak, us. This is all frequency. And also with Tibetan bowls and with the bells, okay, high vibrational, okay, music. I'm not talking because they've interfered with the music because they've got the dumbing down music, okay, that people, youngsters, I want to say, have been drawn into because that's a pattern and program. And little do they realize that their energy is being manipulated, okay? Manipulated. Um, it's also about working with the tools that are best for each of us, okay? Like with me, it's the tools for me definitely the sea, um, definitely the water, definitely barefoot, meditation, affirmations, commands, and it's like being in a little playground. It is. It's for absolutely, and absolutely. Um, if there is a physical ailment, okay, coming within our body, an ache and a pain. Okay, I'm going to say cancel clear delete. It's a symptom. Okay, that what you're not being shown is how to go in and release it. If you can't do it, as I said, go to an elder, okay, that will have the abilities and the tools to do that, okay, because it's actually coming from, okay, your physical, okay, is actually coming from your mental and your emotional. It is. That's it. What you show me. Okay, mental, emotional, but it's coming from. How do I say that? It's coming from a pattern and program that is I from media, okay, MKL, okay, or it could be a DNA, okay, ancestral come through that's come up to heal, okay, to harmonize, okay. Um, if there's been interference in your field, in the physical, I'm talking, okay, but foreign objects, I'm going to say, in there, okay, that can be transmuted as well out, okay, by going to um, homeopathic, energy work, all different. There's different types there is, but the thing is, you have to want have to make that choice to do your inner work, or just give up. That's it. That's it. Okay. Because we have to be um, right to the point with everything that's happening out there. Okay, because it's about your um, your ongoing journey in this incarnation. Do not get me wrong, you have the exit points if you want to get out, you've had enough, whatever, fair enough. It is because everybody's got an individual choice. But if you had not made that choice for your exit point within the last 5 years, but I'm going to go back a little bit more actually, from the invasions in the physical, okay, then that's gone against your free will and your free choice, okay? And that can be released, cleared, literally out your physical, out your etheric, out your emotional, and out your mental. Out of it all. It can be transmuted. It can. Because the real energy work, and I'm going to say real energy work of pure source, okay, is so powerful. It is. I'm going to give you a perfect example, okay? Um, Jesus, Joshua, whatever, okay? Literally a being, okay, that came from the highest realm, I'm going to say, okay, highest realm, to come down here, okay, to give examples, in a sense, of how to work um, in the Essenes with your energy. He was part of the Essenes as well, okay? But he also came down to experience different teachings from different, I'm going to say modalities, religious modalities, okay? And this is part and parcel of who is with Divine Pure Source, okay? And what he actually did, what he showed, okay, there's only a little bit you can take on board, okay, in the scriptures, is that the healing, the healing, because he was here to bring in the consciousness of Christ. He was. There was much more to it, and he was here to give, in a sense, through two eyes, people could see, people could feel miracles, what they called in those days. But he also was here to show the impossible into possible. And what part of his consciousness, okay, because there's not just one layer of consciousness, there's different layers. And I'm just using this terminology down here, different layers of consciousness. Um and his Christ consciousness, and his Christ consciousness, okay, that's actually okay, anchored in. But he was I could say they didn't treat him nice, okay? For whatever reasons, they didn't treat him nice. They didn't. A majority, okay, and they did whatever they thought they was going to do, but it was not so, okay, because he proved so much about the afterlife, if you want to say it. He also proved so much about our energy, and he also proved he gave validation about the physical. He did. So hey ho, and he's not the only one on this realm. Out of his own mouth, he said, basically, you could do so much more. Not just him, but so much more. Because this is about, do you know what? It's about a consciousness, a Christ consciousness, and each individual being, okay, that's linked, if you want to say, like little dots, okay, incarnation wise, down here right now, okay, and everybody has a spark of that Christ consciousness within them. Okay, it's up to them whether they choose to work with it or they don't, and that's the truth of it. Okay, because we are not just one, we are all. We are now coming back to on this realm. On this realm, okay, it is extremely important. It is to know about all. It is. It's extremely important to harmonize all fears. It is. It's extremely important to be in I am presence. I am. And it's extremely important to learn your breathing. It is. Really learn it. Because you can move mountains with your breath. You can. This is where, doesn't matter whether we've been restricted or what, that's unimportant. What's important is you waken. You do. You come alive. You're not unalive, you come alive. Okay? Because the majority of the beings down here have been unalived in a sense, but still walking, but not living. Okay. And what the reason that I'm going so quite vast about this is because of what is coming in right now to do with the robot stuff. Okay, because they do not have souls. Okay, they can never have souls, and that's the truth of it. And this is the previous historical thing we unfolding. Okay, and it is not coming, and not coming from pure source. It isn't. Okay, it's not coming from pure source. That isn't. This is like a roguey thing. Okay, and in all fairness, all beings that doing their inner work and loving, self-loving, self-healing, self-creative, but creating with others as well, and all coming together and all uniting and raising the vibrations. Okay, working with the frequencies, working with nature, working with all, turning it around, okay? Because in actual fact, okay, this is about harmonizing your brain. It is. This is about being aware of your eyes. You don't just have two eyes, much more lenses you do. This is about your chakras. Okay, you don't just have seven, you have more, multitudes of multitudes. Okay, this is about knowing thy energy, working with thy energy, and being centered. Okay, I mean centered, neutral, harmonized. Okay, you got positive, you got negative. Okay, and you have to have positive and negative. Okay, to come into alignment. Otherwise, you couldn't come into alignment down here. Okay, because under normal circumstances, I'm going to say we're just energy. We are divine, pure energy. We are having a whale of a fun time in other realms. We really, really are. We're just in this realm. We're in the physical. So, now, it's important to keep your space clear, okay? I'm hoping that I've said this before. Okay, that's incense, bells, bicarbonate soda, to wash down, your floors. Really good. That's really good. Tell people to keep their shoes in the front of the house, literally as you walk in. What else? Your meditation. Um, If you're unsure, and I really mean this, you're absolutely 100% unsure, then put it out. This is about working with the universe. The universe is within you. It is. You will only be, we're only aware of it, okay? The more inner work that we do, shifting, thank you, bless you. Yeah, the more inner work that we do, okay, the more ancient knowledge that's coming back on board. Well, for me, it's like I've got so many answers to so many different things in my family heritage, and it's like, wow, wow. Um, for me, my mission and my purpose was to come down here and basically to literally harmonize, the fields within my ancestral, my family, and that's one of my purposes. It is. Um, it's about trust. It's about it's about being aware about toxic patterns. It is. It's about being aware of your guide, your quantum teams. I mean, 'cause it's another word for guides. It is. But quantum is very, very powerful. It is because we are part of the network. And the network, I'm not talking about the network, I'm talking about quantum divine. I am. And this is about whatever you put on your little list of the experiences to do and to meet the challenges for your soul's growth. It is your soul's expansion, and it really is. Um, and it's about love, but it's also understanding, being aware. It is. Sorry, being aware of how you've been indoctrinated, by the system, and it's about undoing all of it. And you're going to find this more and more with people that are standing up and saying no more to certain things, okay, because they're seeing the truth, okay. This is about coming together and supporting each other, if that makes any sense, and uplifting. It is, in all different scenarios. It is, but the one vital point about all of this is you must do no harm. You're allowed to protect, but do no harm. This is about releasing trapped energies. It is, energies within your field. And I'm going to say this is a field temporarily, because really the reality of all of this is your field is so big. It is so evolved in a sense, and it's just absolutely magnificent. It really is. Um, but this is how basically you get all your nutrients. I want to say, if you're barefoot on the grass, because you connect with the earth, you connect with the water, you connect with the magnetic field. You do. Um, I'll never forget once, or in the many years ago, one of my experiences, I was going through a process when I connected to the magnetic field, because we're in and out of our physical, we are, and we're here to bring our energy within our physical, because certain things can happen where suddenly you just jump out, the fear base and all that stuff. It is. And this is to ground us in. And I'd done a workshop I had, and about a week later, suddenly it was like my feet were like astronauts' feet, with the big boots on. The big boots, and it's like, it was like that, my feet. Holy moly. Right voice about when you grounded in, it was like, whoa. That was just so like, but I felt it. I absolutely felt it, but it made so much sense to me then on what had been unfolding with me up to that point, okay, of where I've been in and out. Because it is about learning, okay, learning who you are, knowing thyself. It is because I just couldn't. Some things I couldn't. I mean, some things I just couldn't understand. Think, whoa, what's that? And then all of a sudden, it was like I would get my confirmation. Oh, right, okay, that makes sense. Okay, it's only making sense in a sense down here because the reality of all of this, we are already um pure souls. We are in highest realms where we've got vast more information and knowing we have. But it's about bringing what's required down into this realm. That's what it's about. Um, what was the other bit that I wanted to say? Yes, that's it. Because as I turned around and said to you, all systems collapsing because that was a hidden system of control designed to keep all asleep. Um, and our physical body was weakened. Right, that's it. The physical body has been weakened. That was it. By toxic foods, lack of movement, artificial environments, and emotional was operated through fear-based news. That's how they what was it? We've had more traumatic um events and feelings in our emotional we have. And that can be caused by words, by actions, doesn't really matter, but it's happened, it is. But it's about undoing all of that, it is. What was it? And it's interference, it's absolute interference, it is. And this is about recognizing it, one sense it is, and just transmuting it. We are in a beautiful, amazing time, I want to say, being able, for me personally, being able to witness the transmutation of so many beings when they have that aha moment. I mean, humbly, observing that is like, wow, wow. But it's also when you, for instance, how can I say it? The reason I feel that I'm saying this at the moment because of the issue of what they're saying about a certain disease that's coming out at the moment, created over the last 5 years with a lot of people. Okay, this is where you're going to see the fear aspect, which I know someone who's actually in that right now, and you can only offer, you can assistance and help. You can only offer it for the pure and simple reason because they've been patterned and programmed in to getting it cut out. And in all fairness, there's many different ways that can transmute it. And you do not have to be cut open. Many different ways. And this is where they've lost, or they're disconnected, or they're in that field. That's the only thing they know. It is. And you just have to say, bless them, bless them, bless them. Not saying that can't be turned around at a later date, but it's all the trauma of what they're, going to be going through, and what they're waking up to, and what news they're waking up to. All that fear, it is. Because what not many people are aware of when you have, for instance, an operation, okay, energy wise, you have to take into account the people that are actually in there in the operating room. You do energy clear to give that optimal patient, in a sense, that client. I'm going to say client, that patient, the best opportunity and possibility to come out the other side. See, this is so big. It is, and this is like everything slots into place. I firmly do believe at the right present moment. But in all fairness, okay, this is about where there is hope out there, and I'm going to say the word hope, but there is validation, there is confirmation. There, if you want to call it miracles, there is miracles out there. There are, but it's about knowing myself. It is. Um, you got to say bless, 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 bless. My favorite word, bless. It is. Um, in all fairness, music. I mean, the tones that the Tibetan bowls. Woo! You ring a bowl, and if that disturbs someone, they got something with them. Full stop. Okay, they got something with them, and I mean that. Mhm. Right. So I'm hoping I've covered all I was going to cover, but the food for thought. No, but about it. The food for thought is this: we're in the Akashic records. I am. I am. I know for a fact. I know. With everything that I do, everything in my I am presence that I'm here to um, evolve, I humbly am so grateful that I've had the opportunity to come into this incarnation to do the work that I've needed to do, in a sense, from my heritage, my family, and everything. And they have, some of them have some idea about it, some of them have none. But it doesn't matter. Job done. That's how I look at it. So many blessings to all. Have a wonderful February. I will come back on. There's a couple of other things that are a little bit concerning out there. So be really, really mindful of who you do allow to work on your energy. If they're not doing inner work on themselves, trust me, in all fairness, poof, don't touch them. And I'm actually saying that. I'm not saying that to create a what you call it, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and all I mean is people having readings and whatever, okay? But I'm not seeing any inner work. I'm not seeing people, some people that don't, there's a few, okay? They're not doing their inner, well, it's like old school, it is. And, having conferences about aliens and all that. I'm sorry, but to be totally honest with you, yes, it's good about information, obviously it is. But everybody's saying about aliens. Aliens are beings. They're beings from a different realm. You've got good and you've got bad in all. You have. And the fact is, some of us are actually related. We are. We're actually in another realm as a being. We are. So, this has been, it's like, really? Okay. Holy moly. Okay. Right. So if anybody wants a private one-to-one, okay, you can just email me. Um, Go on to buy me a chocolate, buy me a coffee. Okay, if you can, because I've set up a couple of things on there. If you want, you can do a donation. It's up to you. Everyone's free will, free choice. Subscribe. Let us know that you watched it by ticking us the subscribe, as they say out there. And we will meet. Because I'm going to be doing some couple of events. I am sorting out, booking them out now. I've been asked, which I will be doing. Because this is about feeling who you are as well. This is about, oh, yes. But we, in the physical, I don't know if we've got lazy. I think, when we're little, we've been dumbed down or restricted or whatever. Not everyone, because for my grandparents, definitely, they were my little my beacons. Um, but when we got dumbed down, it's like people have got lazy. But that's wrong of me to actually say that. Cancel, clear, delete that. Okay, this is about feel lost, and so they haven't got that energy to get up because they don't know how to do it. And this is about reconnecting back to your energy. I mean, go and have a massage, go swimming, do gardening, whatever brings a smile and a little bit of a laughter. Even just put a good comedy video on, okay, where you're laughing because laughter actually moves many mountains as well. Because you feel good. And this is what we want to get to the stage in a sense of just feeling in my I am presence, our middle pillar, okay, of just joy and upliftment and laughter, okay, because it vibrates, it ripples out, it does. Now, you know what's coming out there. I mean, there's more of the deepness coming out, which it has to, and many are needed. Really, really needed, really going to be needed. Okay, so all, light workers, healers, therapists, we have to clear our energy. We have to be zero. We have to, okay, in preparation for what is coming. Because what is coming is massive. It is. And, you know, we chose to be here. We chose. We chose to do our family heritage, ancestral, and all that. We chose to bring our beacons of light back on online, in a sense. We chose to reconnect, to feel, to love, to transmute it all. But most of all, we chose to support and assist humanity and to bring the solutions in, okay, in a natural, organic way. The inner healer. So many blessings. I hope that's made sense. What did I say? I have to listen to the beginning of this. I will say I was going to call it. Just off on a tangent. But anyway, right. Okay. That's what I did want to do. I wanted, um, this is what I wanted to do. Let's have a look. Can I get that up there? Some will resonate with this, some won't. It depends. I mean, it just depends what level you are. And I'm going to say level, how you feeling. That's special. How you feeling? It is. I can actually see it growing. And I'm not just talking in sort of like width-wise, but I'm growing. It's getting deeper, like and deeper and deeper and deeper. I can see it. I can. Wow. The Christos. Christos. The Christos. This is basically a frequency. It is. And its frequency is coming out. I can feel it as literally it's coming all the way out. Oh, my whole body's like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's the crystals, okay, frequency. So, for instance, if something doesn't feel right with you at this present moment in time, sit down and just focus on this for a few minutes and just close your eyes, breathe in. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and release. Breathe in, release. Keep doing that, bro. Just make sure your feet, your heels are on the ground, barefooted. Literally, you've got a bit of carpet. No, you ain't got a carpet, you put a towel down. Okay, just to soften in between. That's all. If you've only got, you know, side. In the middle, I can see it's like I'm in the middle. It's like a little man's ready to jump out of there. Listen, okay. Now that is not what I'm seeing when I turn around. I'm seeing like a little. Oh, what day? It's like a little man. Oh, bless. That's what I'm saying. Right, so many blessings. I hope this can be of help to you. Be ready. If you need any, um, assistance, then contact me. Oneness888 at protonmail.com. Buy me a coffee, but it's mine's buy me chocolate. I love chocolate. Oh, I love chocolate. Yes. But definitely, let me know that it's resonated with you. Resonated with you, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Um, it may not resonate with you today, it could resonate with you next month, next year, whenever. It will always be at that allotted moment in time. And just be you, you know, be you and breathe. Please breathe. Just breathe.